Brock Lesnar is one of the most dangerous and dominant superstars in WWE history, known as the Beast Incarnate. He has built a reputation for destroying his opponents with pure strength and aggression. Brock Lesnar, who is from the United States, started his career as an amateur wrestler and achieved great success at the college level before entering WWE. From the moment he debuted, it was clear that he was different from everyone else. His incredible power, speed, and intensity quickly made him a top superstar. Lesnar's fighting style is based on raw strength, and his famous finishing move, the F5, has taken down some of the biggest names in wrestling. He is also known for delivering multiple suplexes in a match, which earned him the nickname Suplex City throughout his career. Brock Lesnar has defeated major WWE superstars like John Cena, Triple H, and even The Undertaker. One of the most shocking moments in WWE history came when he broke The Undertaker's undefeated streak at WrestleMania, proving that he truly is unstoppable. What makes Brock Lesnar even more special is that he is not just a WWE superstar but also a former UFC champion, showing his dominance in real fighting as well. Even today, whenever Brock Lesnar enters the ring, fans expect destruction and excitement. His presence alone creates a different level of energy, and many believe that if he continues, he can once again become a champion. Brock Lesnar came to WWE because he already had a strong background in amateur wrestling and was considered one of the most powerful athletes in his field. During his college years, he won the NCAA Heavyweight Championship, which caught the attention of WWE scouts. They saw huge potential in him due to his unique combination of size, strength, and speed. WWE is always looking for athletes who can stand out, and Lesnar was a perfect fit. At the same time, Brock Lesnar wanted a bigger platform where he could showcase his abilities, gain fame, and compete at the highest level. WWE gave him that opportunity, and he quickly rose to the top, becoming one of the most dominant superstars in wrestling history. Brock Lesnar keeps most of his family life quite private, but some basic details are known. He was born in the United States and grew up on a farm, which helped build his strong and hardworking personality. His parents raised him in a simple, rural environment, and he has siblings, although he doesn't talk much about them publicly. Brock Lesnar is married to Sable, who is also a former WWE superstar. The couple has children together and lives a very private life away from the spotlight, mostly on a farm. Despite being one of the biggest names in WWE, Lesnar prefers to keep his family out of the media and focus his public attention on his professional career. Brock Lesnar first arrived in WWE in 2002, and from the very beginning, he didn't need to take any formal oath to prove himself. Instead, he made an immediate impact by dominating his opponents in the ring. With his manager Paul Heyman speaking on his behalf, Lesnar made it clear that he was there to become the most dominant force in WWE. His actions quickly backed up those claims as he went on to defeat top superstars and win the WWE Championship in the same year, becoming one of the youngest champions in history. One of the closest things to a promise in his career came through his character, known as the Beast Incarnate. This persona was built around destruction and dominance. Whenever Brock Lesnar returned to WWE, he would send a clear message that he was there to conquer everyone in his path. These weren't spoken oaths in a traditional sense, but they were powerful declarations shown through his matches and rivalries. For example, in 2014, when Brock Lesnar faced The Undertaker at WrestleMania, the build-up to the match felt like a major statement moment. Lesnar entered the match as a challenger, but he carried himself with complete confidence and determination. When he defeated The Undertaker and ended his legendary undefeated streak, it was one of the most shocking moments in WWE history. That victory acted like a statement to the entire wrestling world that Brock Lesnar was truly unstoppable. Another important moment came during his rivalry with John Cena at SummerSlam 2014. Leading up to the match, Lesnar didn't make a traditional oath, but his actions and presence made it clear that he intended to completely dominate. In the match, he delivered multiple suplexes and controlled the entire fight, showing a level of dominance rarely seen in WWE. This match reinforced his identity as a superstar who doesn't just win but overwhelms his opponents. Brock Lesnar's partnership with Paul Heyman also played a big role in delivering these promises. Heyman often spoke on behalf of Lesnar, making bold claims about his dominance and future victories. These promos acted like verbal declarations that Lesnar would go on to prove inside the ring. In conclusion, Brock Lesnar never officially took an oath in WWE, but his entire career is built on powerful statements and actions that serve the same purpose. Instead of words, he uses dominance, strength, and victories to show his intentions. This is what makes him unique compared to many other superstars. His legacy is not defined by promises he made, but by the destruction he delivered and the records he broke throughout his career. Before coming to WWE, Brock Lesnar was mainly focused on amateur wrestling and athletics. He grew up on a farm in South Dakota, which helped build his strong and hard-working nature from a young age. During his school and college years, he became a standout wrestler. Lesnar attended the University of Minnesota, where he achieved one of his biggest accomplishments by winning the NCAA Division I Heavyweight Championship in 2000. This made him one of the top amateur wrestlers in the country. Along with wrestling, Brock Lesnar also had a background in football. After college, he tried to pursue a career in the NFL and even trained with the Minnesota Vikings. Although he didn't end up playing in official games, his combination of strength, speed, and athletic ability made him unique compared to many other athletes. Because of his success in amateur wrestling and his impressive physical abilities, WWE noticed his potential and signed him in 2000. He first trained in WWE's developmental system before making his main roster debut in 2002. So, before WWE, Brock Lesnar was not an entertainer yet. He was a serious athlete building his skills in wrestling and sports, which later helped him become one of the most dominant superstars in WWE history. Brock Lesnar is famous mainly because of his incredible strength, dominance, and success in multiple combat sports. He first became widely known in WWE World Wrestling Entertainment, where he quickly gained attention by becoming one of the youngest WWE champions in history. His powerful wrestling style, suplex attacks, and ability to destroy big opponents made him a fan favorite and also someone wrestlers feared in storylines. After WWE, he also became famous in MMA mixed martial arts, especially in the UFC. There he proved he wasn't just a scripted wrestler. He could actually fight at a professional level. He even became a UFC heavyweight champion, which made him even more popular worldwide. Another reason for his fame is his rare comeback appearances. In WWE, he doesn't appear all the time, so whenever he returns, it creates huge excitement and big matches. In short, Brock Lesnar is famous because he is seen as a real-life powerhouse athlete who dominated both WWE and UFC, something very few people have done. Brock Lesnar is still famous, but his fame has changed compared to before. He is not active in WWE or UFC on a regular basis anymore, but whenever he returns to WWE, it creates a huge impact and excitement among fans. People still know him as the Beast Incarnate because of his powerful image and destructive wrestling style. His popularity now mostly comes from his legend status. He is not a full-time wrestler anymore, but he is considered one of the biggest names in WWE history. His old matches, highlights, and social media clips keep him relevant even today. In simple words, Brock Lesnar is still famous, but now he is more of a legendary icon rather than an active superstar. His wrestling style, especially his powerful suplexes and aggressive attacks, made him stand out from everyone else. Because of this, fans and critics both recognized that he truly made his name in WWE through his performances. In simple words, Brock Lesnar didn't just enter WWE, he proved himself by dominating the ring and becoming one of the most feared and respected superstars in wrestling history. Brock Lesnar received most of his early wrestling training through Ohio Valley Wrestling OVW, which was WWE's developmental training system at that time. He was already a highly skilled amateur wrestler before joining WWE, as he was a NCAA heavyweight wrestling champion in college. In OVW, trainers like Danny Davis helped him learn professional wrestling skills, ring performance, and how to adapt his amateur style into sports entertainment. He also had influence from Olympic-style wrestling coaches such as Brad Rheingans, who helped strengthen his technical wrestling foundation. Later, when he joined WWE, he improved further with guidance from experienced WWE trainers and staff who taught him ring, psychology and entertainment aspects of wrestling. In simple words, Brock Lesnar's training came from a mix of amateur wrestling background, OVW trainers, and WWE coaching, which helped him become one of the most dominant superstars in wrestling history. Brock Lesnar is one of those rare athletes who truly astonished the world through his unbelievable physical power, speed, and dominance inside the ring and cage. From the moment he stepped into professional wrestling, people realized that he was not an ordinary performer. His background in amateur wrestling already made him strong, but what he did in WWE and later in UFC took his reputation to a completely different level. The world was surprised because he did not follow the usual slow journey of becoming a superstar. Instead, he rose to the top in a very short time and defeated some of the most experienced and respected wrestlers in the industry. His aggressive style, powerful moves, and fearless attitude made him stand out instantly. Fans were shocked when they saw how easily he could control and overpower his opponents. Even those who had been wrestling for many years, his strength was not just for show. It looked real, dangerous, and completely overwhelming, which made his matches very different from others. One of the biggest reasons Brock Lesnar astonished the world was his rapid success in WWE. Most wrestlers spend years trying to become champions, but Lesnar achieved major success very early in his career. He became the youngest WWE champion at that time, which shocked both fans and critics. People could not believe that someone so new could reach the top level so quickly. This moment proved that he was not just talented but also extremely special. His matches were full of intensity, and he often dominated his opponents from start to finish. Unlike many wrestlers who rely on long storytelling in matches, Lesnar's performances were explosive and powerful. Every move he executed had impact, especially his famous suplexes and finishing move, the F5. These moves became symbols of destruction and strength, and whenever he used them, the crowd reacted with shock and excitement. Another major moment that amazed the world was his ability to defeat top WWE superstars. Brock Lesnar faced many legendary names such as John Cena, Triple H, Randy Orton, and others. In many of these matches, he did not just win, he completely dominated them. Fans were surprised to see how easily he could overpower even the biggest names in wrestling history. One of the most shocking moments was when he defeated The Undertaker at WrestleMania, ending his legendary undefeated streak. This moment is still considered one of the biggest shocks in wrestling history. People around the world were stunned because The Undertaker's streak was believed to be unbreakable, but Brock Lesnar proved otherwise, showing that he could break even the most impossible records. After this victory, his reputation reached a new level, and he became known as one of the most dangerous men in WWE history. Brock Lesnar also astonished the world by stepping into mixed martial arts, specifically UFC. Many people thought that WWE stars could not succeed in real fighting sports because WWE is scripted entertainment. However, Lesnar proved everyone wrong. He entered UFC and quickly became a serious competitor. His strength, wrestling background, and aggressive fighting style helped him dominate many opponents inside the cage. The biggest shock came when he became the UFC heavyweight champion. This achievement proved that he was not just a scripted performer but a real fighter, capable of competing at the highest level. Winning a UFC championship is extremely difficult because it involves real combat, endurance, and skill. Lesnar's success in UFC showed that his abilities were genuine and world-class. Another reason Brock Lesnar astonished the world is his unique personality and fighting approach. He is not like other wrestlers who rely heavily on talking or entertaining promos. Instead, Lesnar is a quiet and intense personality who lets his actions speak for him. His presence alone creates fear among opponents. When he enters the arena, the atmosphere changes completely. Fans and wrestlers both know that something powerful is about to happen. This aura of dominance makes him different from others. He does not need long speeches or dramatic storylines to impress people. His performance inside the ring is enough to leave a strong impact. Lesnar's physical condition also played a major role in surprising the world. He has one of the most powerful and athletic bodies in combat sports. His speed, despite his size, is something that shocked many experts. Most heavyweight wrestlers are slow and rely only on strength, but Lesnar combines both speed and power. This combination makes him extremely dangerous. He can lift and throw opponents much bigger than himself with ease. His suplexes, especially the multiple German suplexes in a row, became a signature display of his strength. Fans often reacted in disbelief when they saw him repeatedly throwing opponents across the ring without showing any signs of exhaustion. Brock Lesnar also amazed the world through his ability to remain relevant for so many years. Even though he is not a full-time wrestler, every time he returns, he becomes the center of attention. His matches are treated as special events, and fans eagerly wait for his appearances. This is rare in wrestling because most superstars need constant appearances to stay popular. But Lesnar does the opposite. His limited appearances actually increase his value and impact. Every return feels important, and every match feels like a big event. In addition to his wrestling and UFC success, Brock Lesnar's mental toughness also impressed the world. Competing at the highest level into different sports requires strong discipline and mindset. Lesnar faced injuries, criticism, and tough competition, but he continued to perform at a high level. His ability to come back after setbacks showed his determination and mental strength. Many athletes struggle in one sport, but Lesnar succeeded in two of the most demanding combat sports in the world. In conclusion, Brock Lesnar astonished the world through his unmatched strength, rapid rise in WWE, shocking victories over top superstars, success in UFC, and his overall dominance in combat sports. He broke records, ended legendary streaks, and proved that he is one of the most powerful athletes in history. His performances were not just entertaining but also shocking, because they showed a level of dominance rarely seen before. Even today, his name is remembered as a symbol of power, fear, and greatness in wrestling and fighting sports history. Brock Lesnar is not just a name in professional wrestling or mixed martial arts. He is a symbol of raw power, unmatched dominance, and extraordinary athletic ability. When we talk about greatness in combat sports, Brock Lesnar stands in a category that very few athletes in history can ever reach. His presence alone changes the atmosphere of any arena. When he enters, silence turns into shock, excitement, and fear all at the same time. That is the kind of impact very few human beings can create. From the very beginning of his career, Brock Lesnar showed the world that he was different. He was not an ordinary wrestler trying to make a name for himself. He was already a highly decorated amateur wrestler before stepping into WWE. His background in NCAA wrestling proved that he had elite-level skills, discipline, and strength. But what he achieved after entering professional wrestling was beyond expectations. He didn't just compete, he dominated. Brock Lesnar's greatness begins with his incredible physical strength. He is one of the most powerful athletes ever seen in WWE history. His ability to lift, throw, and destroy opponents twice his size is something that has stunned fans for years. Moves like his German suplexes, where he repeatedly throws opponents across the ring with perfect control, show not only strength but technical mastery. His F5 finishing move is one of the most destructive finishing moves in wrestling history, often ending matches in seconds. This combination of speed, strength, and aggression makes him a truly unique athlete. Another reason Brock Lesnar is so highly praised is his rapid rise to the top. In a world where most wrestlers spend years trying to reach championship level, Lesnar achieved it in a very short time. He became the youngest WWE champion at the time, proving that he was not just talented but also mentally strong and focused. This achievement shocked the entire wrestling world because it is extremely rare for someone so new to reach such a high level so quickly. It showed that Brock Lesnar was not part of the system, he was above the system. Brock Lesnar's dominance inside the ring is another reason for his greatness. He has faced some of the biggest names in wrestling history, and often defeated them in a one-sided manner. Superstars like John Cena, Triple H, Randy Orton, and many others have all experienced his overwhelming power. But one of the most legendary moments in wrestling history was when Brock Lesnar defeated The Undertaker at WrestleMania, ending his undefeated streak. That moment alone changed wrestling history forever. It was a shock that no one expected, and it proved that Brock Lesnar can break even the most impossible records. What makes Brock Lesnar even more special is that he did not limit himself to He stepped into the world of UFC, which is real fighting with real consequences.